When you're chairing a meeting, it is the job and responsibility of the chair to remain impartial and fair. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. You lost your point when you went on the attack with him by calling him a disgrace. Then you went on to make references to Councilwoman Murphy Carter and her past by using the privilege motion. What you did not do was take an accountability. Even our last meeting, you called him, he wasn't classy because he had an unlit cigarette. You do make what people do consider to be petty remarks. You do. He never says anything to you when you're over there if you're eating. He never says that when you're eating. He doesn't say when you're eating, you have a sandwich you're eating or something that's in front of you. But his cigarette, you made it a point and you stood up, and then you bantered back and forth. You said, I provoked you before. I didn't provoke you. You had a police officer give you several directives to ask you to be quiet. Councilman Murphy has told me, F, you called me a B and refused to apologize.
Point of information.
What's your point?
Through you to the speaker, I did not call you no B. You keep saying
Point
that.
of order. Point of
Please
order.
warn him that is an improper point of
order.
information.
So
Please warn him
Point
because he's
of order.
abusing it.
Are you going to
Again.
warn him for making a statement and using a privileged point of information motion to do it? He's been doing it, and you sitting there like a bump on a log being discriminatory. And that's the problem we got here. My point of order is you need to warn him.
thank you, Mr. Mays. Continue, Councilwoman Burns.
We had tonight members of the audience were referred to as a cult. You've had people referred to as ghetto or ghetto-like behavior. When you take in, when you rule and you chair, you have to be impartial across the board. And it's the hardest thing to sit up there and listen to someone call you a name, like Councilwoman Eva Worthing called me a narcissistic asshole when Attorney Cups was right there. And I didn't go off. Most people didn't even know it. He put it in his notes and it was acknowledged. So when you talk about chairing and some of the things that come out of this council, we're going to remain split because no one wants to work with the other. A lot of people don't agree with on this council, like Councilman Mays. If you do agree with Mays, then you're automatically the enemy. It's drawn down the line to where it's split. It's the responsibility of our president to help bring this council together so that we're uniform, and you as the vice president to do it. You are in leadership roles. Both of you are. You're chairing committees, and you were attacking Councilman Mays. You actually could have stood up when he said the handkerchief head Negro. You were at that point until you responded. You were actually winning until you went off on him. Then you came and made a point of information to go off on Councilwoman Winfrey Carter. You always want to make a point, and you gaslight too. You do. You said he called you an MFB. You said the news person heard it. Then you said they told you. Then you said Councilwoman Priestley asked. And I said during the meeting, I don't believe you as a woman would allow him to say that to you. Then it was said someone else told you. We're going to have to fix this, and we need to do some team building, like I've said before, to fix this because we vote along these lines. And it's so much that it's gotten bogged down. I said to Councilwoman Herkenroder, I need to speak with you. I have said that to you at least 3 times, that I need to speak with you because there are issues, because you get involved in it too. You, Chairman, was condescending when you sit up there and you were smug. You're very smug. A point of information, are you going to kill him? Did you commit a murder? That wasn't appropriate. It wasn't appropriate, especially when you're referring to a black man in a murder or homicide or killing someone. We shouldn't be doing that. So when we look at how our meetings are getting out of hand, we don't respect each other because everyone wants to top the next person. And it becomes abusive language, derogatory language, and we get nowhere. And the meeting is on tonight held not because of the ARPA fund. 14 months, we had an ad hoc committee. We should have had a meeting. We didn't. It's important. When we had the meeting last week, y'all adjourned that meeting. You didn't stay to do the work. You campaigned for the job, but you didn't stay to do the work last week. We could have had that done, or come Saturday. We could have been all the way through our agenda. We have to start taking an accountability and start blaming. And I'm not perfect. I've had to apologize to Councilwoman Priestley before because she had a misunderstanding, and I did it publicly. where the misunderstanding took place. I said it to her. So when we talk about, yeah, we can all do better. But when you chair, it's not to attack them. We're not getting anywhere with that. And when we talk about race, we do have a person who was allowed to take pictures of me. I had to explain to my children why someone wants to give me a necktie party and hang me. She says all kinds of nasty things. She'll probably make a post tonight. And Tanya Burns said this about me. And you be on there, I don't comment. I see you on there. You're a keyboard warrior. You be on there just going at folks. I don't comment because it's at a point that even some of the comments that you stated, and then your mom made comments about me. She did. I screenshot them. And that to me is not what we should be doing. If everybody got in the mud every time somebody else said something, it would be even worse than what it is. And we got to do better. We need some team building on how to get along
That's
and to
your time.
respect each other. We need to do that. Thank you.
All right, anyone else would like to speak?